Today is going to be a good day. Well, for me tomorrow, for you today, but it's going to be new wheels and tires day. So I'm getting new wheels and tires for the MR2. They are cheap used JDM wheels and I will not be installing them myself. So I'm going to show you why. So let's just go downstairs and look at the MR2 and look at this pretty cool set of wheels. So look at this epic new wheel reveal. No, I'm kidding. There's something else going on. This is just an ugly spare. But look at this. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I pretty much ruined a tire. So you can see it right here. That's a spike or whatever it's called, a nail. I drove in it. It was flat and I noticed it too late. So I just ruined the entire tire on this original rim for the MR2. So yeah, I already had those wheels lying around for about a year. So I was like, why am I going to get another set of tires for these old wheels while I can also just get them for the new ones? Maybe I don't even need to replace the tires, but I'm going to talk about that when I am done with the MR2 here. So these are the new wheels that are going to be on the MR2. Some 17-inch Yokohama Advan AVS Model 5 wheels. As you can see, these are some very thick boys. They're 17-inch, pretty wide, and of course the rear ones are wider, like it's supposed to be with a MR2. It's like one of those nice wide set of rims, you know, where the rear ones are wider. So I have actually several reasons why I'm not installing these wheels right away as it is. So they are in pretty good conditions. I got them for very cheap. That's the reason why I had them lying around. It was just a deal that I could not I could not refuse, right? I got these wheels for 400 euros. They got pretty good tires. They're in pretty good shape. So there are some imperfections, like with this one it has like wheel like curb damage, and it just has like over here just little imperfections, not that bad. I could install them right away, but the reason I'm not doing that is because I want to have a different color on these. These are like some sort of bronze-ish color, and on a bright yellow MR2 this color is just going to look underwhelming. That's the first reason. The second reason is I have pretty aggressive spacers on the MR2. So I'll put up a picture right now, but these spacers are like very aggressive, and like the things where your wheels attach to, the screws, let's call it like that. I don't know the English terms, but they are like attached on the spacer. So the originals are cut off and they're right now on the spacer. I do not have the tools to revert everything back to original. So I'm going to take it to a place that specializes in like stand stuff and everything. So they're just going to take care of the wheels, you know, the powder coating, the fixing damage, removing the spacers. And while they're at it, they'll just also throw the wheels on. Another potential issue is that the front wheels might have tires that are too high, that might cause rubbing. So yeah, we'll just need to fit it. I'll need to do a little bit of more research, and possibly the front ones need new tires. The rear wheels on an MR2 can have absolutely crazy specs. People who have experience with an SW20 will know that. So I'm not too worried about these ones. It's the fronts that worry me a bit about rubbing. So yeah, maybe a little bit of new tires on the front. If that happens, I'll just going to get them used. Just get these old tires and just wear them out for a year. And when everything is done, I might get like an actual good performance set of tires. That would be pretty nice. But I'm going to load up this beautiful Toyota Aygo with my wheels. This is an absolutely great car. It's my mom's car, but they're super practical. It's so small, but these like crazy rims, they fit in it. So I'm going to load it in, and tomorrow I'm going to work, and after that I'll bring away the wheels and you'll hear what's going on. So I'll keep you up to date in this video. So yeah, let's go. And look at that, a perfect fit. People were laughing at me when I said I want to transport a set of wheels and tires in this small little economy car. My dad laughed at me. He said, no son, that's not going to work. But look at this, perfect fit. Absolutely greatest car ever made, after the Toyota MR2 of course. So the new wheels are on, so of course I'm going to show them off. I'm really happy with the results. Let's have a look at it. So these are the new wheels. I got them powder coated in like a silver, metallic silver. I have the flash on, so maybe... Oh no, the flash went off, I believe. Well, it is a, I think you can see it right here. It has a like very fine metal flake, which gives it a very nice result. So it looks really metallic. If it's like dark outside, it looks more like very like chrome metallic. If it's light outside it kind of goes to like a very like white color. It's a really cool effect. So I went to B2K Wheels, which is a specialist in like all kinds of things with wheels, and they really did a very good job at fixing the damages and of course doing the new powder coating on these wheels. They also helped me calculate new tire sizes. So as you can see, they're actually quite a lot smaller than the previous ones. So you could actually see that the old tires on these wheels had damage from rubbing against the wheel case. So they were way too large. So they helped me calculate some better fitting tires, and they actually got like this very slight stretch. It's kind of hard to show off, but I'm really happy with how this came out. Also, something I did, you might have noticed that I had missing center caps. So I actually got some universal like blank silver center caps, and they actually look quite well. In the future I might get a like branded center cap or get some stickers for them, but right now I'm satisfied with the result. So yeah, I think I'm going to take some next step with these wheels. First off, I want to powder coat. No, not powder coat. I want to get a ceramic coating. They also already have the powder coating, but you cannot really see it right now. But these wheels get dirty very easily, as you might be able to see. The weather is quite bad, so you see like quite a lot of dirt in the wheels. And maybe with like a ceramic coating, it's going to be way easier to clean, because I already had to clean these wheels twice. So another thing is, I think I might again move back to the spacers. So, oh wait, I'll show you the spacers. So the previous spacers that were on, they were not welded on. They were just rust, you know, it was just pure rust. So with a little bit of brute force, these units came off, and look at this. These were the extreme spacers, like very thick spacers that were on the car. So of course they had to come off, because otherwise the wheel went outside of the wheel case. But I think I might move back to some spacers, you know. and you know, it's a little bit like still in the wheel in like the wheel case, just a very small wheel spacer on the back and on the front, and then next to it lower the car a bit. I think the fitment for this car is going to be on point. I'm not going to slam it, I still want the car to be drivable. And if while I'm at it, you know, I think I already got some different lug nuts, but right now they're silver, but I think it might be cool if we can actually get like a sort of golden color for the lug nuts, just like the stripe on the car. And of course, the calipers are going to need some painting, that would be cool as well. So yeah, those are some updates on the wheel. So let's get right into the car, get some driving impressions to see if the car actually handles a bit different with a little bit of lighter wheels on the car and a little bit more rubber. And after that I'm going to get into all the specs of the wheels, the tires, and of course at the costs for basically getting used JDM wheels and getting them repaired and restored. So I'll see you in the car. Alright, so I am in the car to drive it. Unfortunately, I tried to wait a little while to get some good weather for the driving impression in the car. However, the past few days the weather is really bad. Winter is coming, so I can't really push the car, but I am kind of doing a little impression on if I felt any changes with the new wheels and tires, with of course the note that I have not really been able to push the car to its limits. And now that I think about it, I never really did a driving impression on the MR2, so maybe it's a good project to start to make a long-term review on this car. But that's not for today. Today we are talking about the wheels and tires. Have I noticed anything different? And of course with the different setup, kind of stretched tires, a little bit more of a cheap brand of tires. Is it that bad? So I have not snap oversteered this car yet, and in these wet days, I got to be honest, I actually felt a little bit more confident pushing this car, even though the weather is wet, it's cold outside. And I think it's just purely because the car has more rubber. Even though the tires are cheaper, even though the tires are a bit stretched, it is a lot more tire than stock. So of course I think that makes a little bit of a difference. And of course the tires are new compared to the old tires that were on for like 8 years. I should have replaced those like a few years ago already. However, they just had low mileage on it, you know, low kilometers, those tires. So of course I did not really feel the need to replace them. They were not that bad yet. So a little bit of speed bump, but it's still doable. That's something I noticed with these new wheels and tires. The car is of course a little bit higher right now, and the car comfort, I don't feel a really big difference in comfort. You feel quite a bit more when the road is in worse condition. You kind of feel the bumps and everything a little bit more. However, the car still is a really good cruiser on the highway. It's really nice. I have to say that about the MR2. It is really nice on highways and everything, especially if the road is good. But even if it's not in the best condition, this car is just a really comfortable car to cruise in, even though it's low. With those larger wheels, I can go a little bit faster on speed bumps, so that's nice. If I one day lower the car, of course, that will not be the case anymore. But yeah, comfort wise, with like the thinner tires, it's not that bad. Of course, I don't have like those really skinny rubber band tires, of course, but yeah, it's still quite comfortable, and I'm quite happy with that. I haven't snap oversteered yet with these wheels and tires. I can still quite push the car, so that's a good thing. And this might be placebo, or it might be that I have a little bit of a higher tire pressure right now with these new tires, but it almost feels like that the steering feels lighter. I'm not sure again if it's placebo, but I really got the feeling that I have, you know, I can quite easily turn the car. I can really easily turn the wheel, much easier than before with the old wheels and tires. So that might be because the wheels are lighter, I believe, because when I have like had them like loose, you know, the old wheels and tires, and like the new ones felt lighter. So that might be ooh, that's an M2 CS. Of course I don't have another camera. There was a really nice BMW M2 CS part down the road. However, yeah, I really feel it feels a lot lighter. Still, of course, you feel that this car has no power steering, but it's actually, it is like, it's improved, it's better. While before, while I thought it would be the opposite, because the wheels are bigger, wider, I thought that I would have a hard time turning the wheels, but it's really not that bad. So I'm here at the spot where I can push the car a little bit. Again, I feel this is probably placebo, but it almost feels like that the car reacts a bit faster. It is a little bit snappier with braking, a little bit more snappier with the acceleration. Probably placebo. Maybe like the wider tires contribute like really small bit. Oh fuck, there was a fucking stone on the on the window. Oh, that's bad. That's going to leave a scratch. Well, of course. I've got to do the paint anyways on this car. It needs a paint correction. So yeah. But yeah, that's like quite it. What I have to talk about the new impressions. I'm going to drive the car to storage. Actually, right now it's going in for winter storage. But don't worry, I'm going to do an update on this. The content will keep coming because I have a better storage right now where I can work on the car, and I got a lot of cool stuff. All right, I got to turn over here. They're building. But yeah, I'm going to clean the car. I'm going to put it in storage. However, you're not going to see that. You are going to jump to my to my room where I record my videos, because we're going to talk about the specs and the costs of installing these new wheels and tires. So yeah, it's time for the cut. See you in my room. Oh wait, no, just one small little pool. There's no one here. Yes. All right, see you later. Alright, so welcome back to the last part of the video where we are going to talk about the specs and the costs of restoring these old JDM wheels. So why did I get used JDM wheels? Well, because they really had potential for a cheap like budget wheel on my on the MR2. I did not have, still don't have a lot of money to spend on the car, so going used might be a very good deal. So I'm going to compare the price of what I did to these wheels to what has been done to these wheels, and to I'm going to compare it to the price of some brand new NK RPF ones. The reason I'm comparing it to the RPF ones is because that's like kind of the go-to JDM sports wheel, I feel, and it is a good budget wheel. So that's going to be our benchmark. So in the Netherlands, if you are getting a brand new set of NK RPF ones, you are paying close up to 2,000 euros without tires. So that's going to be quite a big difference compared to what I did to the used wheels, to my total price. So I got these wheels for 400 euros, which is a very big steal. You might not be able to find as good of a deal, but who knows, maybe you'll find one as well. But I feel like usually for used wheels, people ask like 600 euros for a set. So these wheels were used. Of course, they needed some work. So first off, we did a damage repair, which just costed 50 euros. And the reason was that these wheels were perfectly straight. So they really just needed to get fixed with some scratches and stuff. That was all the damage repair, only 50 euros. So no, it wasn't scratches. It was like a curb, like from driving on a curb. You know what I mean. So that needed a repair, which was 50 euros, not that bad. And then of course the car needed some new lug nuts, which you probably also need with NK RPF ones. And a center cap was missing, so I got 4 center caps for 20 euros. So that puts us in a total of 505 euros. So if you're playing it cheap, you can get some nice used JDM wheels for 505 euros. So of course you got to be aware when you're buying used wheels. You got to be aware of the fact that they need to be straight. So I did not really look at the wheels if they were straight. It was such a good deal. I was just willing to gamble on it. You know, I was going on good faith. The seller told me, yeah, they're perfectly straight. So I was all right for 400 euros. I'll believe you, right? So when I got the wheels to the place, to B2K Wheels, they immediately first tested the straightness, right? I don't really know how to say it, but you know how straight the wheels were. So I suggest you do this as well. So first check out if the wheels are perfectly straight before you start doing work on it, because they told me at B2K Wheels that damage repair is not that expensive. However, making a wheel straight again is going to be really expensive. So watch out for like bent wheels. So luckily my wheels were not bent, they were straight. So I could have gotten away with 505 euros. So of course I wanted to get them powder coated because I wanted a different color, and it gives you that new wheel look, right? It makes the wheels a lot more fresh. So the powder coating put me on like 595 euros for the 4 wheels. So in total the wheels costed me like 1,000 euros excluding tires, which is a pretty good deal because it's still like half of what an RPF 1 costs. And I mean, this is like, I think, cooler than an RPF 1. An RPF 1 is cool, but you see them a lot. And the wheels I have right now, these Advan AVS wheels, are somewhat rare. You see them here and there, but you know, they have a little bit of specialness to them. They're period correct. So I'm really happy with the result. So of course this is excluding tires, but tires, it's a no-brainer. It's for everyone, it's different. It's depending on your needs, right? So yeah, the specs of the wheels. So copy me, I don't care. I'm not gatekeeping the specs. I think the stance is pretty nice right now with these specs, so feel free to copy it. So at the front, the wheels are 17 inches and 8 inches wide with an offset of 38. And at the rear, the wheels are also 17 inches, but 9 inches wide with an offset of 40, which is pretty big, pretty aggressive wheels. Don't worry, it will fit on an MR2. The fenders on my car are not rolled. So with the right tires, you are going to fit these wheels pretty well without rubbing and all of that. So of course, those first tires that were on the car were quite aggressive. So you saw like the marks of rubbing on those tires. So you are going to need to go a little bit of downsize. Like there are people out there that are really like into battle stance, as they call it, with like really aggressive tires. So if you don't want to roll the fenders, that's not really going to work out with this setup. However, if you're like me and you just like a nice normal tire, slight stretch, you can copy my specs and just get no rubbing in at all. So I have got some Nexans Neveras Primus. I butchered that probably, but it's Nexans. It's a Chinese brand. However, at B2K Wheels, they said that even people with expensive BMWs are willing to run these tires, that they're really not that bad. Otherwise, they would not recommend it. So, of course, I believe them, and I'm quite surprised by the quality of the tire. They're not that bad. So, of course, it was either the Nexans, if you want these specs, or it's going to be a semi-slick, and semi-slicks are going to be like double the price. And semi-slicks on an MR2, that's your only car, not the smartest idea if you don't want to die. So yeah, just go over the Nexans, and the specs in the front are 205 by 40, and in the rear there is 235 by 40. So a little bit smaller. However, these specs will give you like still the nice look of having like some actual tires. They're still somewhat comfortable. However, there is going to be a little bit of a stretch, but nothing crazy. No crazy little rubber band tires that will make you bounce everywhere if you drive somewhere. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with these specs. I can recommend them, and they're probably going to fit on your MR2 SW20 as well. So yeah, that's it about the tires, the wheels and tires. More mods coming soon to the MR2. So let me do a little bit of a teaser. This might be the next mod, a new mod that I got this week. Wait, it's going to be a little bit of a teaser. I'm not sure if you're going to see it, but I'm not sure if I have like this in my room. You can guess what it is. You probably know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell the brand or anything, but it got an exhaust, so make sure to stay tuned. Make sure to stay tuned for the exhaust and more MR2 mods, because I have like quite a lot of mods lying around right now, and I have the space to install them. So the MR2 build is going to go crazy this winter, so make sure to subscribe for that, and of course leave a like on the video, and yeah, that's it. See you next time.